Hello everybody, welcome back to Red Alert Gaming. Today we're going to be doing a first ever prediction video. The prediction is for Survivor Series. I'm doing it really late right now and I have to upload it really quick because today is actually Survivor Series, and the prediction I want to do is actually for the WWE Championship, Rey Mysterio versus Brock Lesnar. Now, with my prediction, I feel like, and from the bottom of my heart, I feel like Rey Mysterio is going to win this match. The reason for it was Rey Mysterio over the past few, like the past 1 year that he came back from the company, he basically faced any superstar younger than him. He'd lose every single match. And in this storyline, he was supposed to face Seth Rollins for the Universal title, but then Brock Lesnar decided to bang him up. And he also banged up his kid, actually. Like, Rey Mysterio has a son, Dominic, who's somewhere like 20 something years old. Brock Lesnar legit went to the audience section and beat the living hell out of his son. And I think with this, Rey Mysterio decided to get Cain Velasquez, who legit injured Brock Lesnar. And that didn't work out because Brock Lesnar whooped the hell out of Cain Velasquez back at Crown Jewel. But this is the storyline mostly targeted toward Rey Mysterio, because the reason for it is that Rey Mysterio, it's like, I don't know how old is he right now. He's probably somewhere like 40 years old, somewhere between those 40 to 50 years old. He's old, I'll just say that. And I feel like he might win the match for one reason. One, it's a no holds bar. And I guess for the other reason is that Rey Mysterio hasn't done much in the WWE ever since he came back, and I feel like one last shot with the WWE title, it could actually work out for him. Because, I mean, imagine a match where Rey Mysterio defeats a beast like Brock Lesnar. Like, that's Brock Lesnar right there. How can Rey Mysterio defeat a man like that? That's why it's going to be a no-holds bar where anything can go. They can use weapons, anybody can just come in the ring and beat the living hell out of Brock Lesnar. But the problem is, Brock Lesnar can whoop Rey Mysterio's ass, and that's the part I'm scared of. But the thing is, I'm actually kind of excited for this match because since it's a no-holds bar, I actually do have hope for Rey Mysterio. I feel like he's gonna win the WWE title, and to be honest, really, Rey Mysterio, even if he's old, he can still go. Like, you watch any match of him right now on YouTube, he's like 40 to 50 years old that can still move around like a little kid. He can move around like a teenager, for God's sake. And I feel like Brock Lesnar versus Rey Mysterio is going to be a really memorable match. Hopefully they don't fuck you up later on. Like, if they fuck us up with that match, like Rey Mysterio just loses in 3 seconds, like they did with Kofi Kingston versus Brock Lesnar. Which, by the way, Kofi Kingston was WWE champion, and he lost in fucking 11 seconds with Brock Lesnar. That's fucking ridiculous. Hopefully they don't do anything like that. I was playing as Rey Mysterio right there, and yeah, the combos are really good right now. But let's be honest here. My favorite wrestler always been Rey Mysterio, and if they fuck us up with Rey Mysterio now winning the WWE Championship, I'll be pissed off, because the whole storyline with him and Brock is really interesting. Brock literally beating the hell out of Rey and his kid. Like, hell, if I was a father, and even if a guy's bigger than me, I'd beat the shit out of him. And I think this match is gonna excite me, because if Rey wins, it proves that underdogs can beat the big guy. Like, it proves that underdogs can really be real. It's like going to school, you see a school bully bigger than you, you know, he's more athletic than you, but then later on, you can legit actually beat him. I mean, right now, that's an example. And truth is, Brock Lesnar hasn't it's not like Brock Lesnar hasn't lost to any small guy before. He lost to Seth Rollins, which, yeah, he's not really a small guy, he's more like a light heavyweight. But if I can name one guy that actually beated him, it will be Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero beat Brock Lesnar for the Undisputed Championship back in 2004. and it really showed how much heart Eddie had with the company and how much heart WWE gave him for having him to defeat Brock Lesnar. Rest in peace, Eddie Guerrero, actually. And I feel like with this match, it's going to be the same. Rey Mysterio versus Brock Lesnar is going to be like Eddie Guerrero versus Brock Lesnar. And I feel like Rey Mysterio's finishing move will have to be the frog splash. Like, he could literally, like, tribute Eddie Guerrero by doing a frog splash on Brock Lesnar and defeat him 1, 2, and 3. I feel like that can work out. And it really is going to be a great match if they actually do something like that. Like, if they, besides a whole storyline with Rey Mysterio and his son, the whole thing that, what if it was like an Eddie Guerrero storyline? Eddie is the small guy, Rey is the small guy as well, and Brock is like that big bully that basically just harmed people for no reason. This will be a true underdog story. If WWE decides to fuck us and be like, oh man, no, Rey's like old as hell, I'm legit pissed off, because you literally have a wrestler like Brock Lesnar who doesn't even care about the company. He only cares about the money. That's why he's in wrestling. Like, you could legit see that even backstage. I don't know which WrestleMania, I think it was WrestleMania, he legit threw the belt at the owner of the company, Mr. McMahon, showing how much he doesn't even care about the company. He doesn't even care about the belt. He doesn't even care about wrestling in general. All he cares is money. The only sport event that he actually loves is UFC. You know, ever since he left the company back in 2004 and decides to join UFC probably like 2009, 2008, I forgot. And it really shows that people do change over time, but Brock Lesnar is the definition of a lazy part-timing bitch. Like, he should never been champion in the first place. And Rey Mysterio, he has wrestling heart. He loves this company, for God's sake. And one last run with the title, it will really show that later on he will retire. But even then, when he wins the championship, it will be amazing, because that was his last run with the championship gold before he retires. Before he puts the mask on the shelf, before he hangs that mask on the ring, Rey Mysterio will soon retire. And it's going to be less than a year when we're about to see when he retires. It's going to be really sad, because I grew up watching him. Like him, John Cena, Jeff Hardy, Rey Mysterio. It was always those guys that I grew up with. And knowing the fact that they're like old as hell, they don't have what they used to be. It really will scare me if he loses at Survivor Series. So in my opinion, Rey Mysterio should win the WWE Championship. And Brock Lesnar, I mean, he could win it the next day. I really don't care. As long as Rey at least beat him once. At least beat him once, because they fought before. I think they fought back in 2003, like twice or something. And sure, Rey lost both times, but shit, you can really see that even for a little guy, Brock Lesnar couldn't even catch him. That's why I'm really hoping that Rey wins. I'm really hoping for that. I was gonna make another prediction for the other Survivor Series match, but I mean, I wasn't really interested in them. It only cared about Rey versus Brock. NXT, if I'm gonna say something, NXT, SmackDown, and Raw, they're gonna have a whole tag team Survivor Series match. And if I'm gonna say something, NXT is gonna win. Like, no doubt about it. NXT is basically the younger wrestlers. That's all I'm gonna say. Pretty much. And this is how it's gonna end. 1, 2, and 3. Rey Mysterio is gonna win the WWE Championship. Now, I have a second prediction of it, because this is my real prediction. The second part that's gonna come on is what will happen if WWE decides to fuck us. Like, let's just skip part where the part is almost coming. The part is actually almost coming. Wait for this scene to happen. If WWE decides to fuck us with this match, this is my prediction of what they will do in the no holds bar match. This is my prediction. What will they do for Rey Mysterio versus Brock? This is my second prediction. This is how WWE is gonna be with Rey Mysterio. And if this is how it's gonna be, I'm gonna be pissed off. Like legit, I'm taking my money back. This is how it's gonna match is gonna be. Y'all ready? Ready? Oh shit, let's do this. Let's do this. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Look what's gonna happen. Wow. That's my prediction if they ever do that. Literally one move, 1, 2, 3. WWE, do not fuck us over with Brock Lesnar and Rey Mysterio. Don't fuck us with Rey Mysterio. Thank you guys for watching and hope you enjoyed the video. Peace and love from Red Lock Gaming.